podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy. Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Vegas, baby, Vegas! Las Vegas, Nevada. Are you ready? TheBoxingVoice.com. Welcome to Las Vegas, baby. We taking over.
Ness Heyman.
Mr. Vegas, you are Mr. Las Vegas.
I get in every fucking shit. They want me there.
TBV presents a ring walk with Danny.
Ring Walk Danny.
Owen Bama, only in America.
Because I fight for the people. I go for you and you and you. All them beautiful kids is here.
We turning TBV into the Hot 97 of boxing. Keep talking from Vegas.
You already know if it's a big fight, I'm pulling out. Chicago, we in here.
Man.
From the cotton fields of Alabama to the casinos of Las Vegas. Mama, I made it.
We up early, baby. The grind don't stop. Gilly the Kid ain't gonna be the only one around here doing big shit.
You are now locked into the Boxing Voice live from Las Vegas with Nesta Gibbs and Ring Walk Danny. This message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am glad to be back. We're going to be talking, obviously, a sexy topic. Anytime we talk Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and now we're going to mix in a little bit of Jermell Charlo, who's been talking hella-ish, not only on his Instagram Live, but he also took to his Twitter to double down and take shots at the pound for pound king, Terrence Crawford. Yes, we are going to be talking welterweight division and possibly 154-pound division. Obviously, Terrence Crawford has a big fight in 10 days. 10 days, right? Or is it 11? But he's going to be fighting David Avanesian. David Avanesian, I guess his biggest win as a casual fan, right, would have to be the Sugar Shane Mosley win. And then his biggest win for hardcore fans would have to be Kerman Lahaguara. He was an undefeated, welterweight that Lou DiBella had and was hyping up. And obviously, David Avanesian beat him up 2 times. And I think he beat Josh Kelly, to be fair. Uh-oh, that's in my shot. I think he beat Josh Kelly, to be fair. So, yeah, not a bad opponent. Someone that Boots and Bozy Ennis wanted to fight, but Boots and Bozy are in a different position than the pound-for-pound king. Nonetheless, we are here to discuss everything that took place yesterday. So I guess we should just go to Twitter where everything is popping off. I mean, it seems like daily we're reporting things from Twitter. So shout out to everybody on Twitter Spaces. Look, there's only 8 of you, so you should go ahead and be the first 8 to retweet. Let everybody know, because, 8 is a little lonely number. But if you all retweet, we'll get some more peoples up in here. And, yeah, man, we'll be ready to rock and roll. So we're going to go to Jermell Charlo's official Twitter just to get everything straight out the lion's mouth versus the horse's mouth, right? So I am on the verified Twitter. Let me make this all nice and large for you guys so that it is visible. But if you are just joining us, don't forget we rock out 7 days a week, 2 times a day. So go ahead and do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button for the hardest working boxing podcast en el planeta. So this is the Twitter of Jermell Charlo, and we'll go through this information for you, right? So I think we need to start backwards, right? Because it might be that way. All right, so November 28th, sleeping, Lubin, boom, boom. Dang, why is he still talking about Lubin? Okay, Lubin. Oh, she said Lubin will KO Terrence Crawford, move up to 154. We'll see. Jesus, that was September. So Terrence just maybe definitely a fight that Jermell can get up for. Obviously, for those that don't know, Jermell Charlo, the undisputed champion, does have a fight already penciled in January 28th with the son of a legend. And his name is not Costa Tszyu, but Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, coming off of what I guess would be his best win, suffered some adversity, went down versus Terrell Gausha, got back up, and stopped him, or at least got the win. But, so this is one tweet. We'll just make it a little bigger for the people that have difficulty seeing, or maybe you're driving. Not that I'm condoning driving and watching this show, but you can definitely drive and listen. So check us out on all forms of podcasts. Remember, we're on iTunes, we're on iHeart, we're on Spotify, TuneIn app, Stitcher app, all podcast feeds. Check us out. So this is one of many. And for those that don't know, this stems from Crawford doing an interview with Brian Custard. Let's be real, you know. Brian asked him his thoughts on Charlo, and he said he'd beat his ass, right? And we also have that audio, and we'll get that for you as well. So that's, again, one of many tweets. But I now that I remembered, it did stem from the Last Stand podcast. So we'll get to that audio first, just to give it to you all in order. And it's kind of gives you the reason as to why Jermell came with such heat, you know what I mean? Because obviously Crawford has always been very, I guess, outspoken. I was checking our own YouTube catalog here, and man, we spoke to Bob about Crawford and Jermell Charlo since 2020, back in April. So, you know, it's been going on for some time. Crawford's been adamant and very confident that he could go up in weight and, you know, defeat Jermell. Even though Jermell continues to win, even though Jermell has, you know, done what he done, Crawford seems not to care. And I think a lot of that comes from the Tony Harrison fights. Tony Harrison, you know, who is a boxer, some may argue isn't as disciplined as Crawford or hasn't accomplished as much as Crawford. But then the argument to that also could be that, listen, Crawford isn't as big as Harrison. Harrison, a natural 154-pounder, been in that division forever. Fought Willie Nelson in Connecticut a decade ago, maybe. So, you know, a little bit different, but on the outside looking in, everything looks easy. Remember, Mikey Garcia thought he saw something. So this is Brian Custer's Last Stand podcast.
So now all of a sudden you out there naked in the
and this is Crawford. We actually played this audio on yesterday's show. pertaining to this beef that keeps going on. But the twist is that when Jermell took to his social media after this interview, he kind of struck a chord and silenced Crawford and got the fans on his side because he said that Crawford is pissing the boxing world off. And that's kind of true. No one is happy that he's fighting David Avanesian. Everybody wants the fight with Earl, and all we've gotten are reasons why it can't happen or it hasn't happened. And as boxing fans, disgruntled boxing fans, we want to hear better news than that. But let me get to this audio.
Streets now you.
So never mind this part. Obviously, he's here talking about Keith. So he'll be wrapping it up.
You want to fight everybody? Come on, man. We don't believe you, Keith. We don't believe you.
Jermell, how about Jermell Charlo?
Of course, I'll beat his ass any day. Easy.
Wow. So that means Bud Crawford at 154 and taking on the undisputed champ.
Listen, this was definitely what I said, and I ain't gotta lie. You know what I mean? I promise you. I said if I can't get the Errol Spence fight, I want to go right in to Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? But Jermell got all kinds of mandatories, and he already lined up the fight and stuff like that. So, of course, that couldn't happen. You know what I mean? So, the main focus was.
So that's the audio, right? So now I'll take you to the tweets because you know the fans of Charlo obviously sent him the audio. He received it. He took to his Twitter. And this is, I guess we got to go backwards, right? So because it's this one. He says, clout chasing is the new promotions. I guess you should have listened to Bob. Motherfucker knew what he was saying. Terrence Crawford, you had a chance to make history for your family, and you let the boxing world down. Don't call my name unless you really want to fight. It's different at 154. Put the little lion face. You know what I'm saying? He on his mean shit right now. We're going to go ahead and heart that. You know what I'm saying? Show him some love. Why is it not doing it? All right, well, whenever it does it, it does it. That being said, here goes Crawford. Because for Crawford, he's a chess player. Shout out to Crawford, who I beat in chess, owes me an interview and he ducking me. He's a chess player, so his move was this, right? He continues to get in the head of Jermell. He just replies and says, let's retweet that. Right, he replies and says, hi, Twin Charlo. How you doing, buddy? And you know that's how he meant it. You know he ain't mean it like, hi, Charlo. How you doing, buddy? Nah, he meant it like that to get in his fucking head, bro. And I love it. I love it, right? So Charlo comes back. Why you keep pissing off the boxing world with your stupidity? How long you think that window gonna stay open? Bud and Boo Boo got a lot in common. And damn, dude, he did. I mean, yo, wow. That was a shot right there. That was a shot right there. I mean, because a lot of people, even though Boo Boo is way more accomplished, Crawford is more accomplished than Boo Boo, they are in similar situations where they were on the opposite sides of the street. They could not get the fights that they wanted. They seem to be avoided. And some would say they have both equally made some bad decisions in their career, right? If anybody is thinking I'm talking about Crawford taking the Avanesian fight, I'm obviously not. Who the fuck is going to walk away from, all that money? That being said, some of the bad decisions could be, obviously, re-signing. Nobody wanted him to re-sign. He didn't need to re-sign. But again, he was thinking of money like he should as a prize fighter, right? And he said to himself, well, this promoter has been taking care of me. Now he's telling me he will give me this much money guaranteed, and he will attempt to get me the Earl Spence fight. Plus, he's telling me if I can't get that Earl fight for you, I'm going to give you $1 million on top of that. So, you know, who the fuck would have said no to that? Let's just be real. Each and every one of us want to hit the lottery. We all wish we could make $1 million on a scratch off or the pick four or whatever that is, you know, whatever gamble. And here Crawford didn't have to gamble. He was already going to get the 4.5 guarantee for whatever what that was, maybe Khan or one of these other fucking nobodies, right? And then he got the $1 million on top for not being able to get him the Earl Spence fight. Who walks away from that? Plus, you've already been doing business with this guy, and he is trustworthy in the sense that your checks have been clearing. Your checks have been clearing. So it's like, how do I walk away from that? You know, and how do people expect him to walk away from that? Then, again, in the defense of Crawford, it's like, yo, I'm with one of the first promoters. He telling me he could get it done. This man's been part of so many historical fights Bob Byram has. So if he's telling me he can get it done and he's guaranteeing me $1 million on top of my guaranteed purse, separate, 2 separate guarantees before I step in the fucking ring, give me the fucking contract. You understand? Because we got to deal with logic. We got to deal with logic. So I know a lot of us get mad at him for re-signing, but it's not like there isn't a logical explanation. You understand? Now, yeah, people could call, oh, Nats, come on, man. Yo, he should have chose Legacy. He chose Bob Byram. I get it. But at the end of the day, do you give a fuck about the legacy that you're living at your little factory job? No. You just making sure you putting food on the fucking table. And at the end of the day, I think that's what he is concerned with. You know, having generational wealth and leaving his family well off. I mean, you can see that he's a thinker. The man bought like a whole block in Omaha, man. So pretty, you know. And then in Omaha, of all places. So you already know. Like my boy Danny went to Miami, you know what I'm saying? But listen, we are taking callers. 1425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. You can also hit us up on Twitter Spaces, and we're taking calls on Discord. Now, I want to say there is a little bit more I want to show you because other than just tweets, Jermell did take to social media, Instagram Live, I believe it was, and he left a live, you know, talking about Crawford. And, yeah, it's pretty entertaining. So we're going to go to Michael Benson, who has obviously repurposed that content. Shout out to him. So let's go to Michael. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility. It's going to help with the growth. Oh, and matter of fact, let me go ahead and I got to move the coffee because I get crazy with this new button. Shout out to my man, Carden Chapman. Get yourself a set of Hibernation 5s. Kenichi Beer.
Oh, wait, I fucked up. Hold up. Okay. Oh, shit. I got to go back.
Turn that off. Then go back this way. Let's go, baby. Matter of fact. Yo, we reached 159,000. That's a lot of fucking subs, man. I love that shit. You know, this started out as a hobby, and look at us now, man. So shout out to everybody that continues to support, continues to tell a friend to subscribe. We on the hunt for the next one. We don't live in the past. We got that goal. It's time to go. We going to 160, so let's go, man. Right now, we aren't too far from 160 either. Let me tell you, we've already gained massive traction. What are we looking for? Michael Benson on Insta. And then I'll get you the exact count to tell you how many more subscribers we're going to need to get to 160. Right now, we're going to go ahead and screen share this. So follow along on youtube.com just so that you can be up to date with what's going on.
Man, listen, Crawford all over the place, dog. Matter of fact, we from Texas making Crawford popular. Shout out to the Charlo twins and Errol Spence for making Crawford noticeable in boxing. Because the motherfucker ain't fought in I don't know how long. And I don't know how y'all still got him on pound for pound, but I guess he won some undisputed title when he was at 140. But it's a whole nother level when you take a notch up. Y'all people don't really understand that because at 140, they don't hit the same as 147. And then once you get to 154, oh, God, who the king? Yeah, Crawford just jealous. Crawford jealous because he ain't got no money. Yeah. Crawford, he's scared of Spence, and he don't want to fight because his check ain't right. He want to try to get to the money. Everybody over here chasing the bag. I hear you. I'm chasing the bag for my family, too. Man, listen, Crawford all over the place, dog.
All right.
Matter of fact, we from Texas making Crawford.
So that's the audio. And, you know, we read some of the tweets, but there you can hear it for himself. Obviously, he said he's scared of Errol Spence. And he explained, look, everyone is chasing the bag. You know, his words, not mine. He believes Crawford is afraid. You know, you heard it. Mel has spoken. He definitely told him it's different at 54. You know, it's funny. He's becoming more of a character. I don't know how long you guys have been following Jermell, but this new version of Jermell, this extra confident Jermell, has been very entertaining for the boxing world, I believe. You know, I mean, the whistling, that shit was hilarious, bro. It's like, yo, it's different at 54. Like, what the fuck? My man was having a good old time. Then he's wearing a Mexican poncho. Yo, shout out to Jermell living his fucking best life. Listen, we're going straight to the callers, so all you got to do is request on Twitter Spaces, or you can call us up 1-425-569-5241. We're also taking calls on Discord. I want to hear your thoughts, obviously, on everything that is going on. Maybe that's what we need to do before we open up the phone lines, is set up a little poll, right? Because, I don't know, one could be, did Terrence Crawford, do you agree that Terrence Crawford pissed off the boxing world? That was one of the accusations Jermell Charlo had for Crawford. So that could be a good poll. So we could also calls on Discord. We could also maybe go with the pretty corny one of, do you think we get this fight? Which is, you know, now I'm on my Charlo shit. Far from happening anytime soon, in my opinion. I think that if you can't get Earl, then how are you supposed to get Jermell? You know, but then again, maybe to some, because of, it's not like we haven't had this conversation. Some believe that Earl is the tougher fight for Crawford, not Jermell, the bigger man. So maybe that's the poll. What's the tougher fight for Terrence Crawford? Is it Jermell Charlo, the undisputed, proven champion at 154, or is it Errol Spence, the 3-belt champion at 47? Two different sizes, two different styles. But again, like, I've had this debate. People are telling me Earl's the tougher fight, not the bigger man, not the more proven champion. So I think I am going to go with that poll. Who is the tougher fight for Terrence? And we're going to throw his nickname in there, Bud Crawford. And options will be Errol Spence. And should we said Errol Spence and oh my God, I'm having a brain fart right now. Is that crazy? Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo. I don't know. I could get extra. We know that YouTube is pretty greedy with characters and options on our poll, but we do have 2 spaces left. I don't know that it's necessary because we will water down this particular question. But there are other fighters out there that could be thrown in this question. Who is the tougher fight for Terrence Bud Crawford? Is it Errol Spence Jr.? They got history. Cool. That's a super fight. No problem. But what about Jermell Charlo? Bigger man, undisputed. Okay, that seems tough. But then you got the dark horse, the young guns, Jerron Boots Ennis. I mean, we can throw that name in there. Is that possibly the tougher fight? Do you think that's the tougher fight as the audience, as the paying public, right? Or is it Virgil Ortiz? I don't know. Again, I want to see what you say in the live chat. Should we just keep it to the two names, Earl and Jermell, since that's the context? That's what Jermell is bringing up. Like, yo, you scared of Earl up here. And that's what Terrence is saying. I want Earl. If I can't get Earl, give me Jermell. So do we open it up? Do we open it up? MAGA Mel the Parrot. The Patriot? I don't know what the fuck did he put there. Yeah, the Patriot? Oh, is he? Because he wore the American flag? Is it that? I mean, he was repping Texas, too. Because, you know, that video was clipped, obviously. There was a lot more love being shown to Texas when he, or right before he got to that particular part. So I'm going to go with the two names, not to water it down, I think. That other poll could be another day, or maybe if this goes long enough, we can do two. Let's go. So we got that poll in full effect. We're going out to Twitter Spaces. Looks like Pound for Pound Javi has requested. Remember, you could join us on Blog Talk by dialing 1-425-569-5241 or call into the show via Discord or Twitter. Javi, what up?
What up, TBV? Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't have much on this subject, to be honest. I don't think these guys are gonna fight anytime soon, if it ever happens. I just wanted to call and say about yesterday's shows, man, in the afternoon with Hector Garcia. That show was great, man. That was a good show. Shout out to you and Danny with the translation, man. That was a good time. When he called him El Tanquecito.
Yo, bro, I was laughing all interview because it's so hard to translate that, right? Like again,
yeah.
You could be Josecito, which means there's a bigger Jose, there's a father Jose or a grandfather Jose, and you're little Jose. So, you know, the literal translation is Lil Tank. So it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like you said, it's hard to translate. And I don't think he actually meant to call him Lil Tank, you know. But if he did, that shit was funny as hell, man. I can't think of Tank without thinking El Tanquecito going forward. I mean, shout out to Tank. He's a great fighter, you know.
Yo, he should wear that shit. He should put that like on a Mexican poncho, come into the ring like El Tanquecito on his chest or some shit.
Yeah, man, that shit was great, man.
Yo,
but,
and then he had two nicknames. He was like El Tank. So it's like the Tank, and then then it's like the Little Tank. So he's hilarious. Shout out to Hector Luis Garcia. You can check out that interview everywhere, but especially right here on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Again, this is a great show because you get people like him, you know, like Hector, who don't get, you know, a lot of exposure to come out and, you know, speak their mind, you know, reach out to more people and stuff. I think he's a great fighter, man. It's a good fight for Tank. You know, because he doesn't speak English, you know, he doesn't get a lot of exposure, but you guys give him a, you know, a platform to come out. Just a little, you know, maybe some like friendly feedback, bro. I know you guys do a great show and, you know, your show is very organic where like, you know, it's live, so it happens. But like with the Spanish, since you guys do struggle a little bit, maybe if you guys write down the questions beforehand, that way you have a little, you know, like an easier time translating them. That's all, man. But it's great, man. That show yesterday was amazing, bro. And again, it's good to see him out there in the show, man. So yeah, again with this topic, man, I mean Crawford's gonna fight on the 12th. Charlo already has a fight,
It's the
lined
10th.
up and
It's the
like,
10th.
oh, the 10th? Oh
Yo,
shit!
that's
I
great
mean,
promotion.
yeah, I don't even know what this real fighting. And the Charlo's fighting like what, early next year,
January 28th.
right? He already has. Yeah, against the dude from Australia. So I mean, I don't know, man. They can go back and forth. I just want to see it happen. I just want to see this fight. I wish he fights Spence first, then Crawford. I mean, then Charlo. I think I couldn't tell you which one would be the hardest. I mean, the hardest fight because Spence is very skilled. I think Spence is a little more skills, but Charlo is the bigger man. So I don't know what the toughest fight is, man. But yeah, shout out to you guys. I'm glad I was up early to catch the show, man.
Appreciate you calling in,
That's my
pound
call.
for pound, Javi. Appreciate you. On Twitter Spaces, Javi. I know you already did because you official, like that Scott's tissue. But if you haven't, go ahead and retweet. And everybody that is there, do what he did. Retweet, quote, retweet. Let's get some new callers in here. Let's let the world know that we are live. Listen, I've been doing this show now 11 years. Started off as a hobby. And yeah, man, now we are here. We do a daily show from the Wynn Casino. Yesterday Hector Luis Garcia said, bro, con ese cuerpo, tú tenías que ser un atleta. ¿Por qué tú no jugaste pelota? ¿Por qué tú no eres un peso completo? Right? So translation is like, yo, with that body, you should have been a fucking heavyweight. A baseball player. Why aren't you a heavyweight? And I'm like, because I'm the first fucking Dominican to be at the Wynn Casino doing this show. It's 5 days a week. Everybody in that studio is one time per day. Or one time, I'm there 5 days a week. So I didn't use my body and a size, but we got here with the passion for this sport, man, and that's why this has never felt like work, because it's something that I love and it's something that has built itself organically. Each and every one of you, I appreciate. Most of you we've already met, and it's an amazing journey for myself. It's like I said yesterday, I look at these YouTube videos as a catalog of my life. I had that interview with Bob almost 3 years now ago about this very topic, him having Crawford, Jermell not being undisputed. The possibility of that fight was already there then. I just think that Bob didn't know what to do with Crawford and how to do it. But it's obvious that Crawford could have been a lot bigger, brighter star without a doubt. But we still got callers and we're about to go to them. If you want to call in on Blog Talk, or straight into the show, using your cell phone or landline. Maybe you want to break away from your office and call us up. The number is 1-425-569-5241. We're going out to Big Supermax in Plainview, Texas.
Yo, what up, man?
How are you, brother? Good morning.
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Feeling good,
Get off that Bluetooth. I know you might have an expensive one, and it doesn't sound bad. You just sound far.
All right, how about now?
Better.
All right. Yeah, I think, I'll tell you this, man. You hit it right on the head, bro. Crawford is a master chess player. People don't realize this. Maybe don't want to see this, but he's securing a big retirement fight. He's trying to line up that way just in case the Arrow fight doesn't go off, he can fight Jermell. My personal opinion, I don't think he beats either one of these guys. But Bud Crawford is almost 36 years old, I believe. He's getting ready to retire, man, and I think a big fight with either Mel or Spence or even both. I mean, honestly, let's be real. That's a good way to go out. Those are good, plus on top of this $10 million he's supposed to get for what's the name next weekend. It's a good way to go out, man. I think he's on his, and I'm not saying he's scared of boots or anybody. I just think the man is at an age, he's been doing this his whole life. He's getting ready to retire, and why not lock in a fight with a big name? Like I said, I don't believe he beats Crawford. Charlo or Spence. I don't see that happening. Spence, I think, is just going to beat him, and then with Crawford versus Charlo, I think that's just too much size, man. Like Charlo said, bro, they just hit different at 54. So we'll see, man. But like I said, he's planting seeds, making sure this fight's lined up, leaving himself options. Because I said it before, and I've been on record, and I'll say it again. I don't think Spence or Crawford want anything to do with Boots. I think those guys are not going to fight him, at least not anytime soon. Definitely not at 47. So I think he's planting the seeds, and I think.
But does he
we might
really
be seeing
have
the last of Crawford.
options? Does he really have options? Like, yes, technically we speaking of literally two, but how probable are they? How confident are you? How confident are you that he can get an Earl fight? How confident are you that he can get a Jermell Charlo fight? So it's like what options does he really have?
I think Al Heyman knows that with Crawford versus Spence, definitely, but at least with Charlo, that's a lot of money to leave on the table. And
All right, so let me ask you this.
About Al Heyman.
Let me ask you this. Since you think that for Al, it's too much money to leave on the table because Earl versus Crawford makes money and Crawford versus Jermell makes money, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I think those are big money fights.
So what's bigger? What's bigger? What's bigger? Is it bigger for those two fights to take place, or would it be bigger for the world to be shocked for Jermell and Earl to announce a Jerry Jones stadium fight versus each other? Maybe even paid a little $25,000 to get Mike to come out and be the announcer that does the press conference at the podium before you slide in Brian Custer and just have him reminisce of how he told the brother of Jermell that they should fight, how he told Earl that he should fight Mel and that they should make money together. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a bigger fight. I think it'll shock more people. Because of the shock value, it's something that the fight fans ain't expecting. Plus, we all know Jermell obviously is a better talker than Charlo. So the combination of Earl and Jermell would be better at a press conference. Now, I get it. Some are going to say, yo, they friends. And it might play out like Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder. But with that attitude of Jermell, do you really think he's just going to let Earl be the big fish when he's the undisputed one?
Absolutely. But I think Spence Crawford is still bigger than that.
Really?
I think Crawford and Charlo and Spence Charlo. Yeah, oh yeah. Spence Crawford is a fight that people just, you talk to casuals and that's the fight they ask about. Now Crawford, Charlo, Spence Charlo, I think those are about the same level. I think Spence Charlo might be a little bit more interesting just because when you find out they are friends, they were in the same camp. But I don't think anything right now at that division tops Spence versus Crawford. That's just that's the money fight we've been waiting on.
For sure. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you. Listen, if you want to call in straight into the show using your cell phone, the number is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Swift out the 813. I see. Damn, he done dropped off. I was going to you, champ, but you got to wait. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get a turn. Hopefully he jumps on Discord or back on Twitter Spaces. If you want to speak, go ahead and request. But keep in mind, I do have other callers that I got to get to on different platforms. But let me go ahead and tend to this vote. Let's see what's going on our poll. And yeah, I want to put that out there. What do you guys think about the possibility of Earl facing Jermell and that being, Al's kind of, we icing you out. We going to freeze you out. And let's not act like we haven't heard these terms in boxing before. Let's not act like these tactics are not used by rival promoters to freeze certain fighters out of certain situations. So, I don't know. And I like that fight. Let's be real. I see people in the chat being, very pessimistic, saying things like they share the same trainer. So the fuck what? So did Danny Jacobs and Derevyanchenko. Yeah, those two men weren't as accomplished as these two men, but those two men showed us that there's a way. There's a way. Gary Starks went with Derevyanchenko. Andre Rozier went with Daniel Jacobs. I'm sure at the end of the day, everybody was happy because Derevyanchenko was always trained by both Rozier and Gary Starks. So who knows? Maybe he's like, you get that 10, or maybe he's like, you bring that 10, I bring this 10% from the Jacobs fight. We split that down the middle because I'm sure the Jacobs side was going to be a bigger purse as he was the A side at the time. But yeah, let's not act like just because, oh, he's got the same trainer. Oh, boo-hoo. Man, get the fuck out of here. It's the fighter that fights. That shit can happen. Don't get me wrong. For Jermell, it may be difficult as this version of Jermell has appeared under the tutelage of Derrick James. So I get why he may not want to be apart from James, because this new Lions only came out with Derrick. So now you got to go into your toughest fight without Derrick. I got Swift. I guess it's not Swift. Heavy Hands 23, or maybe you are Swift out the 813. I don't know. Let me know. What up? Swift, what up? We here.
Yo, mic check, mic check. All right, bet. My bad. I was lagging bad, so I was trying to come out and see if I get a better signal.
For sure.
But what's going on, family, man? What's up to the boxing community, man? Another hot topic, another hot day of boxing, man. Hey, yo, Ness.
What up? What up?
Man, this boxing shit getting real zesty lately, man. We getting a lot of traction on a lot of these marquee fights we've been waiting on, man. We got the welterweight talking good. And we got the middleweights coming into play, heavyweights talking, lightweights talking.
Absolutely.
Man, 2023 shaping up might be the man in the boxing god's favor, man. I'm loving the topic, man. I'm loving the reports. But hey, I gotta keep it real with you, man. I love Bud, I love Spence, and I love Charlo. But the harder, the tougher fight is definitely going to be with Charlo. Mind you, man, he is the bigger man with great boxing capabilities and a power puncher to boot. Now understand, man. I love Crawford, but he has been hurt at lower divisions. You know what I'm saying? And Earl's also a puncher, but he ain't no knockout artist, man. He ain't no knockout. He gonna break your face, but Charlo gonna sleep you. Charlo will sleep you, man. And Bud has been known to be touched. Once again, this ain't no Bud slander. I'm just keeping it real. Just my opinion on the subject. That Charlo is definitely going to be the tougher fight. You know. And again, like I say, man, I'm loving how boxing is rolling right now, man. It's looking like 2023, 2024 is shaping up to be boxing years. Probably the golden ages of this time coming up. You know what I'm saying? Of getting, like I said, these marquee matchups. So, yo, Ness, man, keep reporting that hot fire, dog. Keep doing the boxing God's work. I want to give a shout out to you, Danny, Bo, Michael, the whole TBV community, brothers in the back call, everybody in the Twitter chat. Yo, like, subscribe. Yo, go tell your people about this shit, man. Tell your people about the boxing voice, man. Let them know we out here, man. We're reporting everything. No biasness sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, man, let's blow this thing up, man. Let's get to 1 million followers, man. Let's do it, man. This is Swift out the 813, Swift the shit starter. You know what I'm saying? And I love my boxing podcast, man. One time for everybody. Yo, Ness. So keep on the boxing God's work, man. I'm out.
Appreciate you, baby. Remember to go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Shout out to that man. You hear them birds chirping in the back? Everybody thought it was only Eddie Hearn's fighters, you know, able to be doing interviews in the garden. Nah, my boy out here in the garden too. Birds chirping. We going out to Huntsville, Alabama. What up? Talk to me, James Benitez. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're watching us live while we wait for James to unmute that microphone. What up, champ?
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Perfect.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. I'm just checking in with you and everything, man. This is another good topic, of course, man. You know, I like the energy that Charlo was saying and everything. I don't think that he really said any lies and any of the shit that he said. Yes, Bud is getting his buzz off of Texas fighters right now. Yes, Bud is, he is pretty much like trying to test Charlo and shit like that. And like Bud hasn't really fought any relevant fighters and shit like that. So I doubt that this fight would ever happen. He messed around and fucking with Charlo, and we're gonna think that we're gonna get a Charlo fight and gonna turn around and be
Jeff
an AB
Horn
fight or
wasn't
some shit like
relevant
that.
coming off a Pacquiao win?
Man, you going way back in the day, man. That's the old Bud.
I mean, you said
That's
he
the old
never
Bud. You
fought.
think he
I'm
already?
just saying, you said he never fought
You think
anybody relevant.
he?
I'm just saying, last
I'm
I
talking.
checked,
I'm talking. Well,
Gamboa was
last I checked
also
in the
hot
past,
as fuck at the time that Bud fought him.
nigga. How long ago was that, man? That was
No,
about what, 5, 6
hey,
years ago?
you right. Long time ago. I'm not
Yeah.
denying that, Bud. I'm
He
just
said the
correcting.
legacy's already sealed.
I'm just
He
correcting you,
said,
champ. I'm correct.
all right. You know
You
what,
said he
Ness?
ain't
You're
fought
right.
nobody
You're right. You're
relevant.
right. You know what? He has fought somebody relevant in the past life. But it seems like this current life that we're getting right now, ain't shit gonna be relevant, man. He's just about getting the bread. You know, Black Prime's paying that money and shit like that. So we probably gonna see another fighter that about to be out the door. That's why I was telling niggas on the back call the other day, like, hey man, all this Charlo shit just fucking fool's gold, man. Gonna mess around, and when AB step in the ring on goddamn December the 10th, he probably gonna call out Bud since they stablemates. And how everybody like making in-house fights and shit. Bud's probably gonna hear Blue Blood's ear and shit like that. We're probably gonna get Bud versus AB, a fight that we should have gotten like 17 or some shit like that. And we're finally gonna get it now. But end of the day, Ness, man, I'm just gonna go
Yo,
ahead and
they
probably
can't
just
do
have
that
another
to
drink.
Broner. Broner's being trained by Kevin Cunningham. There's no way Kevin says, yeah, take this 3-fight deal and your first fight is Bud. Nah, man, they ain't gonna do that.
Man. Okay. They may not do it the first fight, but you don't surprise seeing that fight actually happen though. Maybe the second or third. I don't think AB's
I
gonna
don't
make it
think
through all 3 fights of that deal.
I don't know that there's enough time in that fight, in that deal for like the AB to get to a Bud. Like Bud about to fight.
Look.
AB gotta announce a fight, then fight, which means what?
Well,
Bud
look.
gonna wait another year?
Nah, I just think Bud's not gonna wait. Bud's not gonna wait for Spence to spin the block. That's what I believe. That's all I'm saying, man. These niggas can believe what they want, man. But I'm just starting to see. I'm seeing what I'm seeing, man. Anyways, man, yo, Ness, I'm about to have me another drink out here. I'm out here in Cancun.
Oh wow.
Hopefully one day you'll be able to take another vacation, man. And yo, I'm out of here, man.
Shout out to you and thank you for checking in on vacation from Cancun, keeping us international. You know what I'm saying? Allowing us to remain the #1 boxing show on iTunes with the most 5-star reviews. So go ahead and drop us one, and I will read it live right here on our show. Let me go to some super chats. I got NHA Tube. Calls Bud broke when Bud makes more money than him. Laugh out loud. Let's talk about it. So, on paper, Terrence makes a lot of fucking money. More than most fighters boxing today, right? Like, the bigger names, like, we don't even know if Tank makes that amount. Like, we can assume that he does, but as guarantees go, he's never been guaranteed the amount of money that Bud has been guaranteed and paid. So, the thing is that Bud's never made the amount of pay-per-views that a guy like Tank or Earl has made. So is Bud making the most that he can be making without that back end? And are we qualified to speak about the back end when we don't know really how much money Earl made, A, on his guarantee for Mikey, and B, off the back end, off the quote-unquote so many pay-per-views. So it's difficult, but we do know it's business. And because of that, we can't ignore that Earl is on pay-per-view selling a significant amount now that they don't have to give 40 or 50% to the pay-per-view provider. A lot of these pay-per-views are not going straight to apps where they keep all that money. So it's not hard to believe that Earl is making quite a lot of money, or a Jermell Charlo who on paper is being guaranteed something small, but maybe getting that back end check. You know, here on the Boxing Voice, we don't just assume. We've done dozens, hundreds, thousands of interviews, especially with Heyman fighters, and we've pried into their business, and we know that there are other checks, man. A lot of these fighters, even top ranked fighters, it's like, you know, everyone gets a fight check, and then you might get another check for other things. Whatever you want to say those things are, whether they're expenses, whether there is camp, fees, sparring partners, whatever, but other checks is coming. So it's hard to just say that one guy makes more money than the other because of what's being guaranteed or reported, quote unquote, because we know it don't work like that. As long as I've been in this business, I know for sure it don't work like that. I know for sure it don't work like that. And I know for sure people who have allegedly gotten something and gotten something else. You know what I'm saying? So you can choose to believe what you want. I know what I know. I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard. And I just can't believe that it's guaranteed that Crawford makes more than Jermell. But there's a good argument. Jermell just started getting hot. Crawford undisputed years ago. His pay grade raised years ago. He defended years ago. All these things raise your pay grade. He never lost. Jermell has. All these things raise your pay. You know, every time you sit down, it's like, I'm undefeated. I've won this many titles. I'm this times champion. I'm also unified. I undisputed. Like, that's a little track record. And that's why Tim Smith, again, just to back Crawford, Tim Smith said from the door, my man's going to want a lot of money. We might not be able to make that fight, you know? So Crawford, he may be the one getting more money. Brandon Lands, yes, we also heard Tank was a 6-round fighter in sparring. So yesterday when I posed that question, I wasn't specific to that. But it's not like we haven't interviewed dozens of fighters that said they were scheduled to do 8 and Tank got out at 6. I'm not making this shit up. All you got to do is pay attention. Maybe you missed a couple episodes. I don't know. But if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It'll put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans. And if you want to call in and voice your opinion, you can do so. Grab your cell phone or your landline, your office phone. 14255-6952-41. If you're a millennial, if you're up to date, you fuck with technology, go ahead and hit us up on Twitter Spaces and or Discord, and you can use those forms to call in. We're going out to Boxing Savant on Discord. What up? Got to accept that request, that invite, you know. You got your hand up. I've accepted. Now you got to accept, unmute the mic, and talk to us. Champ, is it your first time on Discord, Savant? Come back in, brother. It looks like we're not hearing you, and it's definitely you, not us. As we had young Trav from Sticky Paws here at the studio tweaking things for us and making sure we are flawless. So now everybody can hear sound bites. Everybody can hear each other on all different platforms, because we are, you know, doing something that's very difficult. Like, we're running on YouTube. We're running on Twitter. We're running on a totally different platform just to take calls from cell phones and landlines. So, you know, we're doing a lot, and we got to get all those different places to interact and play nice so that you can hear everyone and everyone can call in or, you know, listen to the show from different locations. I've just smashed the thumbs up button because you guys are acting funny as fuck right now. It was only at 179. I made it 180. So I need the rest of you to follow suit, because there's like 300 more of you watching, which means we definitely need all of you to hit the thumbs up and help us get to that next level. Speaking of next level, let me head on over to the information here. Oh, actually, we got more super chats to get to, so we'll get to that first. We last stopped off at NHA Tube, and it looks like next up is Luis, and he says, $10 super chat, shout out to Luis. He says, if he couldn't get a deal with Spence, what makes him think he can get a deal with Jermell, who is arguably more stubborn than the obvious A-side? That's exactly what I brought up earlier. You know, I don't, again, you know, Crawford, it could be argued that he does make more money than a lot of fighters because of what is on paper guaranteed to him. But it can also be argued that he's made a lot of weird-ass business decisions. Like, why didn't you sign a 3-fight deal? Like, are you telling me that there was none offered? Are you telling me that because they didn't offer it, you didn't ask for it? Like, why couldn't you fight Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, then Jermell? Why couldn't that be your contract if that's what you wanted? Why couldn't it be an agreement in theory, right? Or at least an agreement in place at the very least. Like, look, we can't really guarantee you, Earl, if you beat the fuck out of Thurman. But we gonna push for that because it's the obvious super fight. And then you beat Earl, and it's like, look, can't guarantee you, Jermell, you just beat the shit out of his stablemate. But because you did, it's an obvious super fight. We gonna push for that. Like, I never understood that. Why was there no motherfucking 3-fight deal? Like, what is up? You could have finished your career on the PBC side. Give him a 5-fight deal. I don't give a fuck. You telling me he wouldn't? I know he would fight Boots. So, obviously, those 4 fights in a row probably are too tough. But Thurman Earl, that's good. Didn't get a tune-up. After Thurman, after Earl, if you get to Earl and if you get past Earl, get that victory lap. It's like, yo, Al, I beat Thurman, I beat Earl in Undisputed. Take me back to Nebraska. Give me fucking Abel Ramos. Give me Luke Santamaria. Give me Michael Fox. Give me one of your CB welterweights. Let me run this victory lap. Bring me back enemy territory to Jermell. I'm going to beat him up too. Be 3 times undisputed. Ride off into the sun. I don't understand how that's hard. Now, I get it. My plan versus his plan that unfolded, his is better. Let's be real. You telling me I got to fight 4 tough motherfuckers to probably make what they giving me for Avenesian? Yeah, I got to go. We got that. We got to take that $10 million. Most of us need to stop saying that he was wrong for doing that because you guys are fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? Anything anybody offers you $10 million right now for, you're probably going to do it. So stop the lies. But moving forward, after this fight, now that he showed, yo, I'm worth this, this people paid this, look at the numbers of pay-per-views we just did on the 10th. Let's sit down. Give me a 3-fight deal. Give me a 4-fight deal. Let me get a 5-fight deal. Whatever, because Wilder's the same age, and he clearly said he wants 6 to 8 fights. So, you know, what does Crawford really want? What can he do with the time that's left? Why would he post that on social media? See, I don't like normally talking about things that are not on topic, but I just got sent a tweet that Regis Prograis, this is crazy. I mean, but this is the boxing world. I wouldn't have posted this. I'd have made the proper calls. He has a pretty good team. Richard Schaefer is no slouch. So, I don't know. But time to screen share so you know what I'm talking about, rather than me say it verbally. Or I'm still going to have to say it verbally as it's an audio podcast, right? But let me get this screen share here. So this is the Twitter of Ragaru, Regis Prograde verified, as you can see with the check mark. And he says, I deposited my fight check Monday while I was in LA. Today, the bank emailed me saying the check bounced because of insufficient funds. Somebody better find out what's going on before I click the fuck out. What the fuck is click the fuck out? That's some New Orleans shit? I don't know what click the fuck out means, but I know I would be wilding the fuck out if my check did not clear, especially with the way his face looked at that post-fight. Listen, he won, but face was touched up. You telling me my check bounced? Oh, no. Get that money right. Now, I'll say this before we get back on topic. No need to say that. He got Richard Schaefer. He crazy. Like, Richard would have handled that. He should have gave Richard time to handle that. I don't know why you would just go and put your business out there. People need to just pump the brakes a little bit, man. Take a fucking chill pill, drink some coffee, and smoke a joint. Okay? You gotta tell the world everything that's going on. Let them motherfuckers find out for themselves and give yourself some time to see what the fuck is going on. Two-Tone, the superstar, what up? Two-Tone, I heard you gave Regis that advice. I heard you told him take to Twitter.
Man, why they playing with that man's money? They know that man's from New Orleans, Cash Money Records. Why they playing with that man's money? That man went to the bank. He tried to use his rush card. They said
he had his Russell Simmons rush card. Oh shit!
He had
That's
the
fucked
Russell.
up.
I'm not educated on that. How often does that happen in boxing behind the scenes?
Shit. Have you heard of Triller? Word. Yo.
Not Triller.
What?
Not
Triller. Man, nah, it's been a few companies that kind of fuck up on the checks. I mean, they always get it right. That's why I don't know. Not always. Have you heard of Mike? But, yeah, I mean, I don't know why he took the Twitter. I'd have kept it a little bit to the chest for a while. At least till I spoke to Schaefer.
Yeah, you gotta keep that low. But in regards to Charlo, man, Charlo wants zero smoke with Terrence Bud Crawford. Like, Terrence Bud Crawford owns this man mentally. And I know people on Twitter is saying, trying to compare Charlo and Terrence Crawford. When Charlo had his chance to go undisputed off the bat, he ended up in a draw. Am I correct with Castano? Was that a draw?
Mm-hmm.
Or
it was, but
Crawford,
I mean, I don't know that everybody. I guess it was kind of split. Some people thought Castano won.
Right.
Yeah.
But on the biggest stage, when up to date, Crawford's biggest fight to go undisputed, he handled that beautifully. Beautiful ESPN slow motion moment. It just looks like a storybook ending when Crawford went and got his 140-pound undisputed title. So on the biggest stage, I've seen what Charlo's done and I've seen what Terrence Bud Crawford's done. There's no way that Charlo can beat that man Terrence Bud Crawford at 154. No way.
Wow.
No. Stage too big for Charlo.
You do know that, the stage. Okay, the bright lights will get to him, but you do know that Crawford started at 35. So he's the one that's filling into divisions versus sucking down into the division. And you do know Jermell has a twin brother, which means genetically he has a twin brother that's bigger than him, which means he's as big as the twin. It's just he's maybe more disciplined, right? No disrespect to them. I ain't trying to send shots or have beef or be exiled from Houston, but we see one enjoy life more than the other. So it makes sense why the other is bigger than the other. I'll let y'all figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, one's dedicated, one loves that Hennessy, man. Respectfully, allegedly,
What?
respectfully, one
You
of them love
said
that yak.
what?
One of them love that yak cup. One of them love that yak cup with ice on the rocks. But I just can't. Like, if they ever fight, I just think that the stage is too big for Charlo. I just think that
I
think
mean,
Terrence Bud Crawford performs.
technically they did the same thing. Technically, they're both undisputed, so they've both gotten to that mountain type. So mountain top. He knows what that feels like and tastes like. Yeah,
Right.
maybe Bud's was more sensationalized because he was on ESPN, the worldwide leader of sports. But like Jermell, as a boxer, still knows I did the utmost. I have the greatest accomplishment, which is undisputed. There's no dispute that I'm the man.
True, but here's one thing. Terrence Bud Crawford has never tried to play matchmaker. Charlo, before this, he was trying to say, well, Crawford, you need to fight this guy. You need to fight this guy. Boxers don't need to be playing matchmaker. Leave
And
that
I
up to the
agree.
matchmakers and the promoters.
I agree, but that also depends on your interpretation of what was said. Because because truthfully, if I am slightly, I'm not saying you biased, but if I'm slightly pro Crawford, then you put in roadblocks because you telling me to fight A, B, C when I want to fight you, motherfucker, right? But from Jermell's side, I can see it. It's like, bruh, it's almost disrespect. You gonna tell me it's not disrespect in the street for a little nigga come up to you talking about I want to fight? It's like, man, smack the shit out you. You too small. You a young boy. You a little. So that's how Jermell is feeling like, bro. Don't disrespect me in front of the world. Go handle Earl Spence, motherfucker. What you mean you want to fight me? Handle Earl. That's what he's saying. I don't think he playing matchmaker. I think he just feel disrespected. Like, bro, I'm the man at 54. That's like 2 divisions above you. I don't know. I don't see it that way as like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Is there a possibility that Bud could jump the line and fight Charlo instead of Spence? And
I don't know
is
because
that a possibility?
I think not. I would love to live in that world with you. Shit, we'll show up to that fight together. But the thing is, if you couldn't get Earl, how the fuck Al gonna give you Mel? Now, Al might be a chess player like Terrence. Maybe he do believe Earl is the better fighter or tougher fight, because that's my poll. What's the tougher fight? And right now, out of 375 votes, 62% of the people believe Earl is a tougher fight for Terrence than over Jermell. So maybe Al does too.
Down.
Maybe Al does too, and Al's like, fuck it. Let's serve up Jermell to Crawford because we know he gonna lose. And then we got Earl versus Terrence for a mega fight. Because if Terrence moves up, becomes undisputed at 54, to come back down to fight Earl, like, he might be the super favorite.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know, man. I don't know. But, yeah, they need to step they promo up for Charlo Zoo. I don't know who promoting that fight, but I ain't heard nothing about that.
You're right, and that's about 3 months out. Yeah, they got to get to work. Tone, I'm going to get to work as well. I got to get to some other callers. Appreciate you checking in. Don't forget to retweet this space with your big-ass Twitter following. Shout out to my man, Two-Tone, the superstar. Check him out on TikTok where he blowing up. Let me see what we got going on Discord. I see you on Twitter, Decatur, Georgia. We going out to you. On Discord, don't forget to raise your hand if you want to talk. On Blog Talk, I see you. You next up. What up?
What's that? I'm clear? You hear me good?
Bro, you sound like you in studio with me, man. Feel like putting a camera on you.
Oh, shit. Hey, man, I got a camera. You know what I mean? Nah, it's all right. Everything culture, man. Shout out to everybody. You know how I do. Twitter, goddamn chat, everybody. I just want to say shout out to Texas. Yeah, y'all keep promoting Bud or making him popular or whatever it is. You know, we appreciate y'all. But make sure y'all still, do the Charlos and Spence as well. Because we going to get this fight. We going to get this goddamn fight, bro. I think Bud will beat Spence. I'm pretty sure everybody know that. I ain't no disrespect towards Spence. I just think Bud will beat him. Far as Charlo, He definitely gonna beat Charlo. He want Charlo probably. I think he want Charlo a little bit more than he wants Spence at, cause Charlo got the yapping effect. You know what I'm saying? He a yapper, so all that would build up some shit. But I think Bud gonna whoop Charlo. He gonna whoop Spence. Now I got one more thing to ask. Ness, that I'll be through with like Bud career. I'm cool with what he doing. If he after he beat Spence and after he beat Charlo. If he can somehow get Big Charlo, because he a couple weeks ago he did mention something about Bud need to fight him. Bring your ass back down to 154 or close to it, and let's go on and take Charlo up out of here too, so we can go on and kill all of Texas at one. No disrespect, Texas, I fuck with you, but I'm talking about on some boxing tip. You know what I'm saying? We can go on and just cancel that whole little. You know, they're a good squad. I'm not down in Spence and Charlo. The boys can fight. Obviously, one got 3 belts, the other motherfucker undisputed. So I'm not knocking them. I just feel as in boxing, Bud is a better athlete and he will come out on top. That's my call. Shout out to everybody. And everybody call in, man. I ain't gonna spit you what you got to say. I know Texas calling in. Shout out to Super Mix. You know what I mean? And everybody. I'm out there camp. Y'all stay up, man.
All right. Thank you for checking in. Decatur, Georgia. If you want to check in, you know the number to do so is 1425-569-5241. We're also taking callers on Twitter Spaces. We're also using Discord if you want to use that. But we got the number if you want to call in. We're going out to Phoenix in just a bit. Once I pull up my... Well, Phoenix, I don't even want to keep you waiting. I was trying to get your name ready and all that, but we're just going to go ahead and let you tell us who you are. What up? Actually, it might be L.A. too, right? 626, I think it's L.A.
No. This is CYP on my other phone.
Okay, California. What up?
Oh, yeah, man. I got a message for all the fake Charlo fans who only become fans because they don't want to be haters talking about he ain't fought nobody. Well, Jermell has. But the truth of the matter is, y'all don't like the Lions only, period. You niggas just pretend to. Why don't you just be a man? Say, I don't like them loud mouth talking niggas. They make me uncomfortable. My girl likes them and I hate their fucking guts. Just be real with yourselves. We know as Lion supporters, the niggas who don't fuck with guys like us, we make you uncomfortable. It's fucking fine. Y'all literally tried to make Maul the loud talking, shit talking one who just had a fucked up life. No, it was Mel. Maul's the married one who just had an issue with his wife. But before that, he was always the calmer one of the twins. It was Mel. But now y'all trying to put it on Maul because you just don't like neither one of them motherfuckers. Let's just keep it real. To say that Crawford gonna fuck up Mel, that Mel's scared, like, it's always niggas who don't fight, and I'm talking to all you niggas. You ain't never threw no hands. You run from niggas who are bigger than you. Always getting online calling another man scared. Who actually fights? Why don't you stand up to the dude who don't like you? When you flip his burgers wrong and fuck up his order, and he throws that shit back at your face, why don't you fight him? But no, you want to go run to the manager. Y'all are not tough guys. Quit calling professional boxers bitches and scared and punks. Trust me, Tank called out who? Terrence Crawford. He didn't call out no fucking Jermell. He said, I won't smoke with Terrence Crawford. Ain't nobody scared of Terrence Crawford. I love that dude, but I like the Lions more. And the disrespect that's coming from people who like Terrence Crawford is starting to get weird to me. It's like y'all disrespecting everybody who Terrence doesn't like, as if he's your brother or your friend. Y'all not Stonebone. Y'all don't know Terrence Crawford. Y'all need to stop taking shit so personal. Because what's going to happen is these dudes ain't going to fight each other at all because they know if they lose, y'all going to try to throw them away. And that's our problem. We throw away fighters when they lose. But if you think Jermell is scared, name me a fighter who has a draw on his record and a loss on his record and wanted immediate smoke in the rematch. Dudes who are scared to lose don't want rematches with dudes who beat them. You niggas don't understand that. There's a difference between being scared and being smart. He ain't smart, nor is he fucking scared. He want all the smoke, and trust me, he ain't whooping his ass. It'll be a good fight, but he ain't whooping his ass, and I can guarantee you he ain't scared of no little bitty Terrence Crawford. And much love to Terrence too, because I like you, but your fans getting out of hand, man. CYP out.
California on the check-in. Appreciate you. Jesus Christ, the news just keeps breaking. Lord, did you guys see that card that was just announced? Bruh, that's a decent-ass card, man. Top Rank just put, let me see if it's on their Instagram. I just was sent multiple fight posters. Blue Nose, who the fuck is he taking on? Blue Nose taking on somebody who's decent. Then you got F.A. Ajagba taking on Oscar Rivas. That's official. Then you got Stephen Big Shot Shaw, who just got the win over Rodell Booker, and I told you to go make that money on decision, which he got, not no knockout like a lot of you motherfuckers thought. He's fighting Guido Vijanella. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Shout out to Toppy. Toppy Top Rank. Let me see if they got this on their Instagram so we could at least screen share, because I know a lot of you don't even know these names. Yep, it's there. Shout out to the social media crew. We'll give you a screen share. And look at that. This is official. Wow. F.A. Ajagba versus Rivas. I'm interested in that fight line. See what the money line is going to be like. Who's the favorite there? You know, a lot to talk about with that. That's a step up, too. I mean, this is a champion at Bridgerweight. Then Guido. They forcing Guido to step up. Let's be real. Guido was looking crazy 2 fights ago. So you already know. And obviously Guido's taking on Stephen Big Shot Shaw. Here's his face, because I know a lot of you don't be knowing. But Blue Nose versus Abraham Supernova. That's a good-ass fight. And then my man, who he fighting? Oh, they ain't. Floyd Diaz don't even get an opponent announced yet. But at least he's staying busy. They keep putting him in all the fights. And he be fighting a lot of undefeated fighters. This kid, they be putting him in tough. Haven Brady Jr. is back. Bryce Mills, never heard of you. Dante Benjamin Jr., never heard of you. Turning Stone Resorts Casino. Oh, this is in New York. This is a good card, bro. When is this? Ooh, it's cold in New York. You tripping. I'm staying away. I ain't got time. I can't go out there. It's too cold. Too cold in January. But listen, we taking callers on Twitter Spaces. We got callers on Discord. We taking them callers on Blog Talk. We going out to Nueva York, New York City. David Maldonado, what up? Yo, I actually miss your intro, man. I actually miss your intro. But that should be slowing down the show, man.
Yo, Nestor, happy belated Thanksgiving, happy holidays, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm fucking enjoying life out here talking boxing, feeling energized and rejuvenated in my new studio. Shit feeling and looking good. What up?
Amen, man. I gotta agree with CYP for the first time, bro. Like, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, boxing, everything boxing talk is becoming toxic. Everybody's just gang banging, fighting with their favorite fighter and all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as Charlo and Terrence Crawford, as much as I want to talk about it, I'm also tired of talking about fights that's never gonna happen. Terrence Crawford messed up the ball. Whoever did it, I'm not gonna make no blame, because I'm not doing the fanboy shit, because I'm not a fan of neither one of them. I'm a fan of the sport, and I'm a fan of certain fighters. That situation with Spence ruined his chances of getting the Charlo fight. So I'm done with that. Now, as for Charlo, I want to give Charlo props. You never hear me do that. I'm gonna give him props, because Charlo is the most dominant super welterweight champion I've seen since terrible Terry Norris. He's literally beaten everybody in his division. And for undisputed champ, he's making title defenses. And I want to see him stay at 154 like Terry Norris did, and let Charlo take on all the big-name welterweights that are moving up, because that's what Terry Norris did. I don't want Charlo to go to 160 because there's nobody there. His brother doesn't even want to be there. Let Charlo take on the Danny Garcias. Let Charlo take on an imaginary world, Terrence Crawford. Let him take on his buddy Errol Spence, man. That's what I want to see. And as for real boxing, real life boxing that's really going on, next Saturday I'm gonna be in Madison Square Garden to catch my guy, the Takeover, and get a big win over Sandor Martin. It's gonna be an electrifying card.
Yo, you know it should be a big win, because Sandor got like 10 days notice.
Well, Sandor Martin was in shape. Sandor Martin
I didn't know you live in España.
Nah, but Sandor Martin is
Oh,
in shape.
so you
That's
saying
a
you're
young-
part of the camp? You part of the camp? You been to the gym?
No, but
Oh,
Sandor Martin is a
so you
professional
just saying
fighter.
you just
He's
saying
the
you
kind-
think he's in shape and you're hoping that so that you could give Tio credit.
Sandor Martin is a guy that if you overlook him, he can beat you. Sandor Martin is just as dangerous, or if not as
I mean,
dangerous as
Sandor
the guy that's
Martin.
gonna fight.
Sandor Martin didn't take the Mikey fight on 10 days' notice, bro.
Sandor Martin is a better opponent than the guy that Tank Davidson's gonna fight. Put it that way. He beat Mikey Garcia.
Man, you
a
sound
future Hall of
stupid,
Fame
bro.
ranking
You
title.
sound stupid. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do
you
that.
sound stupid because you saying you discrediting him.
How the
Come on, man.
fuck? How the
Don't
fuck
discredit
is
him.
Mikey a better opponent than an undefeated dude that's coming off the two biggest wins of his career? Mikey was on the backside, downside.
I don't care. Mikey Garcia would knock freaking Chris Colbert out.
Bruh,
of his
you
fucking
sound like
stomach. Are you
Crawford
kidding me?
fans, man. You can't give dudes credit for some shit they did 10 years ago all their life. Like, yeah, you got that. You in this division now. Mikey did whatever the fuck he did. When he got the Sandor at 47, he ain't got no accomplishments there. And he got his ass scraped up off. Get out of here. You hating. But that's what you do. That's what you do because you so far up T.O.'s ass. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just tell the fucking truth. It's 10 days notice, man. Fucking lying to the people.
Sandor Martin was training, bro. 'Cause they
With-
were considering
But
him
you
as
got
an
no
opponent,
facts
and
to back
Sandor
that
Martin
up.
dropped the ball.
No facts to back that up. You just saying he was training.
Sandor Martin priced himself out the first time, all right? He was gonna fight Tio. He was in line. He was one of the opponents. I know
Priced
about that.
himself
He
out
priced
or he
himself
got
out.
ducked. He got ducked and the WBC forced T.O. to fight his ass. Get out of here.
By the guy that beat Lomachenko.
Bruh.
Come on, man. Teofimo beat He beat the real Lomachenko. He didn't beat that
He
old
ain't
man
beat the
that
real
was
Lomachenko
the
because the
one
real
that came out of the
Lomachenko wanted a rematch and the world wanted a rematch. The world didn't think T.O. won because he ain't finished strong. Don't forget that. You want us to forget. You want us to forget.
He had Lomachenko out in the last round. What are you talking about? He didn't finish strong.
He ain't finished
That
strong.
12th round, he destroyed Lomachenko.
He ain't
You
finished
kidding me?
strong. He ain't finished strong, and you know that was the
Lomachenko
knock.
won only 2 rounds in that fight, bro. Lomachenko won 2 or 3 rounds in that whole fight.
So if he only won 2 rounds
in
in that fight, T.O. should be blowing out Sandor Martin, who had 10 days notice, right?
He gonna do what he's gonna do.
Oh, you scared
I
to
don't
say he
overlook
gonna do anything fancy. You want him to get a win is a win is a win.
Of course. Teofimo's a special fighter, bro.
So say it. So say it. He gon' say it. He gon' get his ass up out of there because he ain't ready. He ain't on that level, and he definitely ain't have time to get ready. Tell the truth.
Sandor Martin was training, bro.
I never seen an elite fighter do this. I just don't. Help me. You the historian. You call in with history facts all the time. When the last time?
Remember Pitbull Cruz? Pitbull Cruz was a fighter
Pitbull
that
ain't
came with
elite.
short notice.
Pitbull ain't elite. He just got on his level.
Pitbull's top 4 in that division.
He just
though.
got on his
He's
level.
top 4 at 135.
He just got on his level. He just got on his level. What you talking about?
Yeah, but he was short notice. Ness, he was a short notice fighter, bro. He was short notice. And he came in there and you seen how he performed and made a name for himself. You can't overlook these guys, man.
Yeah.
This guy, Sandor Martin, is not going in there to lay down, bro.
Sandor not
He's still gonna get
Pitbull,
his ass
man.
whooped.
That style of Pitbull is unique. Get out of here. It ain't the same.
My man, Sandor Martin got a bigger win than Pitbull, than any win Pitbull got.
Bruh, that's what you T.O. fans standing on. Bigger win, bigger win. Bruh, stop talking about Shane Mosley when he 44. You don't hear Avanesian using that to promote the Crawford fight. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody care about
We ain't
Mikey.
talking about Shane
Mikey
Mosley.
was on his
Shane Mosley's 50
motherfucking
years
get
old,
rich parade. Like, you
Mikey
could tell that
destroyed-
shit to
Mikey
your
destroyed
friends.
welterweight.
You could tell that to
Mikey
your friends
destroyed
that don't know
welterweight.
boxing. Mikey took
destroyed-
the check versus Earl knowing he wasn't going to win. Then he took another big-ass check versus Vargas. Then he retired versus
whipped Vargas' ass,
Sandor.
too.
Then he retired versus Sandor. Stop, man. Tell the truth. We got to go. You got some other shit to say?
I'm done.
I ain't trying to disrespect. I'm really going to give you time. It's
No,
just
no.
that you always bigging up T.O. for doing nothing. The motherfucker literally chose Pedraza, and it took us, the fight fans, to be like, What the fuck
There
is
was
you
nobody
doing?
available, bro.
Nobody
There was
available.
nobody available.
Sandor
bro.
wasn't
There was
available.
nobody available.
Sandor wasn't available to give him
He
the
priced
right time.
himself out.
Y'all did this
He priced himself out.
strategically. You did it strategically.
He priced
You
himself
fucked
out.
him over.
He priced
You
himself
ducked
out.
him to then offer him the fight 10 days short notice so you don't get 100% Sandor Martin. But it's okay.
Sandor Martin priced himself out, man.
Price
He priced himself
you was
out
at the
that
negotiation
day.
table. My bad. My bad. You T.O.'s advisor. I ain't know. My bad.
How can T.O. build? Come on, man. T.O. has one of the best resumes in 135, bro.
Bro,
Come on,
Sandor.
Man.
So let me tell you something. Sandor allegedly outpriced himself, but then now accepted the WBC's mandate and the percentage split. You sound silly, bro. We know what the fuck is going on. Dudes ain't want that type of tune-up when you just had the fight you had before that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a tune-up. Now you being forced to fight Sandor because it was mandated. It's different. But strategically, you got him at the right time.
Nah, man, nah. You're not creating on that.
10 days notice. How you still saying nah? So did Tank get Pitbull at the right time? Or would it be a different fight if Pitbull had 8-10 weeks to train for Tank?
Pitbull, just like Sandor Martin, was out there training. He was training regardless. He went in that ring ready. And he gave
Maldonado, I'm giving you a lot of time here, Maldonado. I'm giving you so much time. Please tell me what facts you got to back that Sandor was training, bro. You just assuming that, and that's okay to assume. I could do that too and say, bro, this is his job. Of course he ready. I could do that too, but tell the audience you doing that. Don't stop saying he was training like you was in the fucking gym with him.
He's a professional athlete, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you. And that's all I want from you. That's all I want from you is to tell this is your opinion.
Sandor Martin does. I mean, even one of us are not in the training camp, but Sandor Martin strikes me as a professional athlete. He's looking to go in there and try to spoil the show, and he's going to get knocked out, and then Teofimo's going to move on to bigger and better things.
Let's hope so, man. Just remember when you first called in, you said he was going to body him, and he should be bodying a dude off 10 days' notice. Just saying.
The takeover's coming back, man.
Let's do it.
That's my call.
You know at 12 o'clock, we're going to be talking about T.O. Just FYI. It's already scheduled.
Yeah, there's a lot of your dog. Speaking of T.O., real quick before I let you go, I know you're not into talking about, like nonsense, whatever, but, there was some chatter on another channel, and some chick was talking crazy about his wife, talking about his kids. Ridiculous, man. Shit like that. People need to be canceled for stuff like that. She was literally bad-mouthing his kid, bro. I know you know about that, too. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. You dudes spend all your time, like, with this, gossip shit. I don't follow, I don't follow every single channel.
But let me put you on. That's the same chick that was calling Shakur Stevenson all type of spics because he came into the ring with a Puerto Rican flag. Man,
I don't know. I don't know that girl either, and I didn't see that.
Your man was on the live with them. Your man was on the live with them.
Who's that?
BH was on the live when that happened. So you're probably gonna hear from him if you talk to him. He'll tell you about it. Not that he said it, but he was on the live when she said it. You know what I mean? You're gonna know about it. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go because my break is over, bro. You have a good one.
All right.
Man.
All right. We still got plenty of time if you want to call in. You know the number to do so is 1-425-569-5241. We got Hawk in Maryland on Discord with the check-in. What up? Hawk, Maryland. You got to unmute, champ. Hello. We don't hear you, Hawk. Jump off, jump back in. All right. Let me get to these super chats. Looks like we got Bones13, $2 super chat. He says, Ness, I'll be the y'all's translate. Okay, the y'all's. I don't know if you can translate for us. You're going to be talking like that, champ. Nah, I'm just taking shots. But he said, hit me up. Bones13. I don't even know. Is this Bones Adams? that I was training with? Like, who, I mean, I don't know. Hit me up if you want to translate. Mike Wilkins, $5 super chat, says, I got Bud beating both Charlos, but get stopped late in an epic versus Spence. Shout out to you, Ness. Great interview yesterday. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that you tuned into that. If you haven't already caught that interview with champion Hector Luis Garcia, that's going to be taking on Tank Davis January 7th in D.C. I think it's like Capitol Arena or something like that. And I'm trying to do something, a little collaboration with this fine establishment out there in the Alexandria area where we can possibly do a live show there from maybe a weigh-in show. So I don't know. I'm trying to work that out with them and see what we can get done so that we can go out there and maybe give you guys some content from around the fight area. I got Mike Wilkins, $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Cheer. He says, I love the Earl versus Jermell fight, but I'd rather Earl get undisputed first. Then the history could be told. They beat all their contemporaries, so now they had to fight each other. That is a better storyline. Let me get to Hawk in Maryland. Looks like he's calling in on Blog Talk. And you could do so, too, by calling from your cell phone, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. Hawk, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness? How you doing today?
Yes.
Cool. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and man, you got something with that Teofimo Lopez yesterday, and Devin Haney was going at it. And I saw the last message they sent to each other was Devin Haney said, I'll come to 140 and fuck you up.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about it at 12 o'clock. We already scheduled for that. We're going to be talking about it at 12 o'clock at the Win. I'm hoping to get Big Bill in the building. You know, he ain't been in the new studio in a minutos.
Yeah, I see you got a new space, a new spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We working, trying to get it together.
Yeah, I like it. A vintage look. Hey, but as far as that Terrence Crawford thing, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I don't got Terrence Crawford beating Earl Spence because he gets hit too much, and Earl throws a lot of punches. And I don't got Terrence Crawford beating Jermell Charlo either. So I hope he comes around and signs to fight either one of those guys. And Terrence Crawford is a great fighter and all that, but he can't beat either. I don't think he can beat either one of those guys. But that's my call, Ness.
All right, brother. Well, we do appreciate you on the check-in, man. If anybody else wants to check in, you know we got 3 forms and methods of doing that. You can call us on your landline, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion. You could also use Discord and Twitter Spaces. I got my producer nervous. He's like, is Bill really in the building? I'm like, because we got another guest scheduled, I do believe. Who's going to be in the studio? Brandon? While I do text Bill to see, can he make it to studio? Because, Bill, you ain't been to the wire yet. You got to come through the Blue Wire Casino, Wynn Casino studio, man. What's up? What up? Good morning. Who we got? On Twitter Spaces? I see a lot of you. Go ahead and retweet. I see less. Let me see how many retweets I got, because honestly, there's more people listening than the number of retweets, in my opinion. Let me see. I got 12 retweets. Come on, man. There's way more people on Twitter than that. Why y'all acting stingy? That's free to retweet. Damn. Ness, why you not famous? Because nobody on Twitter shared my shit. That's why. We are refreshing these super chats. Let me also send that link to Bill. Make sure he knows we're going to be rocking out. And we will be checking the updated status of our poll, where we're asking you, which is the tougher fight? Is that Earl Spence or is that Jermell Charlo? What's the tougher fight for Terrence Crawford? Is it Earl Spence or is it Jermell Charlo? All right, so we'll see. Can Bill stop by? Busy man, hopefully he can. And on the poll, we got 61% out of 523 votes believe Earl Spence Jr. is the tougher fight. So listen, Jermell, it's not me. It's the public. Obviously, it's not the entire world. There's only 500 votes there, 525 votes there. But everybody thinks Earl's the tougher fight, man. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Logic says you've accomplished more. Logic says you're bigger. Logic says, you've been on a knockout streak where Earl, I guess you stopped because you didn't knock out Castaño. But Earl did stop Ugas. I don't know, tough to say, man, but that's what the vote and the polls are for. So we got that guy, George, with a $5 super chat. He says, we know Charlo has a chin and Bud gets wobbled. Can Bud take Charlo's power? Because I think Charlo can take Bud's. And that's a good assessment. That is a good assessment because, hold on. That is a good assessment because we have seen Crawford hurt, wobbled, affected by punches. Many boxers, not just fight fans, believe that Kavalaskis, who I famously named Crab and Lobster, he put him down. You know what I mean? They didn't credit him that knockdown, but most certainly every fighter that I've interviewed has said that Terrence was knocked down in that Kavalaskis fight. And Brandon is saying he did KO Castaño, so either way, Jermell is the one consistently showing he has the knockout power where, Earl, it's fluctuating. Didn't knock out Mikey, what a lot of us thought he would, and then, that Porter fight, we thought he would stop him. I mean, not we. I never thought Porter's unstoppable. I mean, even though Crawford did it, fuck. But that was at the end of his career, right? Like, it's always sucks for you to be the last guy to fight someone because it's hard to give you that full credit. Right now, we got 544 votes, so it keeps growing. Come on over to youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Don't forget to subscribe because I need you to because, numbers is power. The more subscribers we have, the easier it is to get guests in studio, which means a better listening experience for yourself because if I can get those big names in here, you will enjoy this show even more. So those thumbs up, those shares on social media, they're so important. So once again, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet the space. This is going to let our audience know that we have a new way of calling into the show. And maybe you get some new callers and have them give their opinion. Okay, so my producer reminded me that we have welterweight Jaro Calderon, who I believe is like the IBO welterweight champion, and looking for his shot. And then we also have Tristan Caruth, is here in Vegas out of Texas area. So we're all booked up. So can't really get Bill unless I cut Caruth to like a 15-ish prospect-like interview. So I'll still make it work if, Bill, you're out there listening. You're about due to be at the win, champ. What's up with that? If you haven't already done so, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility. And I'm checking on Discord. Looks like I got Q all the way in Newark, New Jersey. What up, champ? Q, New Jersey, Discord, what up? Where are you? Where are you? I don't hear you, champ. What's going on, man? Have we had anybody come through on Discord today? Canna, I need you to check in, man. What's up with these guys? Canna definitely knows how to work this out. Let's make sure that, because we actually ran a test yesterday, so guys like Q and Hawk, they make me nervous thinking is us. So, Can, I know you're busy, but I do need you to give me a check-in on this Discord. Make sure that we all goody. But let's get to some super chats. Looks like we got James Benitez that says, Ness, you just kept it real. Can't give these dudes credit for old shit like these Bud fans. I'ma stand on it. Bud versus AB in the big room at Madison Square Garden. Yo, you imagine Bud and AB this year? Well, not this year, but in this year. Looks like we got North Q and North. What up?
Yo, I don't know what's up with Discord, man. Whenever I try to use that, it's like on and off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, man.
All right. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I think Earl and Mel got like a similar style. They got the same trainer. They both like to like land that step aside power hand. They both like to try to walk you down with a hard jab. I think it'd be a very similar fight. I mean, the difference is the southpaw orthodox or whatever, and I think Earl might have a little bit tighter defense, but they both be taking them little ticky tack punches coming in. Like they both not super defensive. Like I think it'd be a real similar fight. They almost like the same fighter if you look at it, minus the temperament. Like if Mel more likely to throw caution to the wind and just like try to go in there and throw something a little more reckless, and Earl is a little more like methodical and he gonna stick to the same scheme regardless. Like even if Earl gets you hurt, he's still gonna work the same way to get you out of here. Versus if Mel gets you hurt, he's gonna start trying to do something different, throw hard hooks, wilder shots to try to get you out of there, which might get him caught by Crawford because Crawford he be throwing inside and shit like that. So I don't know. I think it's a similar fight, but I'm gonna give it to Earl just from the discipline and because Earl is southpaw. I don't really know how well Crawford do with southpaw.
All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you for calling in. Yeah. Where is Canna when you need him on the check-in on Discord? What up, Canna? Where you at, man? Keen to Dream. You can do it too. These are experienced people on Discord. If you're on Twitter Spaces, go ahead and request if you want to speak, you want to voice your opinion. Looks like we got another James Benitez super chat, $5. He says, two gotta be delusional. I mean, he must have meant Tio because he put two. Tio gotta be delusional. He ducked Barboza. He ducked Devin. He made Sandor short notice. And luckily, Pedraza got sick. Sandor may get stopped due to short camp. That's the end of his super chat. I'll just say I don't believe Pedraza got sick. I believe there was the backlash that they were receiving for that fight. And because of that, they did that hard switch. Since the mandate came in from the WBC, it was like the perfect time to make the Sandor Martin fight because you got to make it anyway. And it's like, why give Tio this irrelevant fight with a guy that, I don't know, just fucking got a draw when we could go into this guy that perception says that, he's a better opponent. He was able to do something with that Mikey win. At least a better opponent in the now. But I'm refreshing here. Looks like I got somebody on. Is that Al in the Bay? No. I'm pretty sure it's Al in the Bay. I'm not using my Google Doc because I'm pretty sure I got that number on cap, right? Al? 925? Al, what up?
Yo, what's up?
What's goody?
Man, I think, you're gonna have to play ball with Al to get these fights made. His two biggest fights, well, technically his three biggest fights would be on PBC part. So it's like, you know, uh, it's up to Terrence Crawford if you want to play ball to get these fights done. Because Spence, Charlo, and Boots all on one side. So it's like, at this point, it's like, do we really want to play ball and get these fights done? Or, you know, do we want to be like, I'm going to take my ball and go home? So it's in his court. It's his decision. And that's the way I look at it now.
All right, Al in the Bay, man, thank you for calling in, voicing your opinion on the Voice of the People hotline. We got plenty of people on Twitter Spaces. No one has requested to speak. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that retweet. You can add a little quote, whatever you want to do. That's going to help the show, and you know we appreciate that. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. We just accomplished our goal of 159,000, so we're on the hunt for 160. Let's go! What up? Where you at? We got a super chat from Jay Miller, $5 super chat. He said, Bud fans give me on, what? Bud fans, give me on fighter on Crawford's resume. Mel doesn't stop. Okay, one fighter. So the E was a typo. He missed. Bud fans, give me one fighter on Crawford's resume. Jermell Charlo doesn't stop. So basically, you know, he's like, come on, bro, look at their resumes. One guy's obviously better than the other and a big puncher, you know. But I got Cody Hall with another $5 super chat. He says, you guys coming to Omaha on the 10th? And he put barbershop emoji. So you a barber. Damn, I could have went and got the fade. I actually just pulled my credential. I was going to go, but I backed out. And Canna's going without me because he lives in Nebraska. So it's like, why would I go all the way out there to the fucking coat? I don't even own a coat no more. Ever since I moved to Florida, I don't own a coat. So when I moved to Vegas, I'm like, oh, it's hot out there. That's why everybody complains. I don't need a coat. Little did I know it drops to like 30s out there. Biatch. Steph, what up? When you gonna go ahead and request to speak? I be seeing you listening. We need you to go ahead and request to speak because we do have, 6 to 7% females that listen to this show. I think it's more, but, analytically it says 6 or 7% listens to this show. And it's a strong 6 or 7 because a lot of the females that listen, they actually call in and give their takes, man. So shout out to all the women that are on boxing, and can call in and give their opinion. So let me see here. Canna saying, we hear you, but you don't hear us. That sucks because we did this yesterday. I don't know why I'm not able to hear you. We had a complete show yesterday just to check audio. This is fucking insane. Let's see here. Majid trying you. It definitely does not say that I am muted. And I don't hear, but don't hang up, Majid. Let me try some. We're going to try some live fixing here. Majid, are you there? Not yet? All right, don't go away. Let me try one other thing. Just keep trying there. We're going to get it right. I see Canada there too, so we're going to get it right. In the meantime, in between time, you can use Blog Talk and or Twitter to call in. As I try to figure out this Discord shit, let's see here. Hello. Is anyone there? Nope, that ain't work. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do this. One last try. But since we don't have any other callers, it is time to wrap up. I did give you 2 hours, right? Most of you made it to your jobs. Some of you probably are already at your jobs. So I feel like my job is done. But the show can be extended if you call in and voice your opinion. Um, Other than that, it is a wrap. Catch me on the next one. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Right here on YouTube.com at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be in the beautiful Wynn Casino doing our 12 o'clock show, and we will be talking about Sandor Martin taking on Teofimo Lopez. Um, Obviously, he's gotten more than 10 days' notice as the fight is 10 days out right now. But we got a request from Majid on Twitter. What up?
You can hear me now?
I hear you, champ.
Everybody like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon. Shit, I just was going to say, I had a little question. So if he was to move up, won't he be able to activate mandatory because he got a belt already?
He could certainly invoke the WBO, super champion rule. He's made over 5 defenses of that title. So yeah, he could certainly become the mandatory, but it would be after Zoo, who's also the WBO mandatory. I don't think that Crawford could invoke it now and trump Zoo unless there was a lot of money on the table.
Oh, okay. So after Zoo, he could do it. So I was looking at it like this. If he was to do that, do you think that even if he had to lost the purse bid, had to take the little 35% or whatever it is that they give him? It's a
Each
little cheap
sanctioning
shot, but a
body is
real.
different.
Oh, all right. Well, this a cheap shot, but real question. So will he be able to get like the guaranteed amount if he did it that way?
Yeah, guaranteed. But I mean, he can also do what you're saying and petition just like Fury did for a better split. Fury got 80-20 versus White.
Shit. Okay. Well, I mean, shit. I mean, I guess that shit is what it is. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. If he really won all those belts, I would say, you know what I'm saying, do that shit. But I also believe in holding that last belt hostage for negotiation purposes at 147. And I had one more thing about that poll that you had up there. They were like, who do I think is a harder fight? I'm like, I know that we all know that Errol Spence, good little USA boxing team, everything that he got done. But I'm like, even though Jermell Charlo lost, twice or whatever, I'm like, I don't think that it's fair to say which one to be a harder fight because these two dudes at two different weight classes, the styles make fights and everything. So unless Earl and Charlo was to fight each other, and even fight fucking Crawford, I don't know how we could decipher. That's just some opinion shit, no?
I mean, it is definitely everybody's opinion, man, but that's what the show's based off, man.
Yeah, that was a tricky one for me to answer and shit because I feel like Charlo at 154, he just hitting harder, than even Spence or whatever. Cause even though he broke those niggas' face, I feel like Charlo would kill everybody on both of the resumes. Crawford and fucking Spence. Like it's just a whole different category when it comes to that Charlo. But really, that's all I got in y'all Twitter spaces, man. Share this shit to everybody so we can get more people come talk this boxing. And that's all I had, and that's good shit. I'm out.
All right, Majid, thank you for the check-in. Remember, we're still live on Twitter Spaces. I don't think it's me. Like, I can't even get this dumbass Discord desktop app to open. It just keeps crashing. So I don't think it was ever us. We definitely ran tests yesterday. I fucking hired an engineer and brought him in here. So I don't understand why Discord isn't working. But like I said, I can't even get it to start up right now. It's just spinning. Hot Boxing Minute, go ahead and retweet this. I know you got that popular Twitter following. But it looks like we're going to have to wrap it up. No more callers. We got the all things. We can double check super chats. and wrap up our poll and go from there. Maybe we get a call or two between that time. We're at 608 votes. Look, non-responses application. Dumbass. I'm going to have to delete that shit. But 611 votes, excuse me. Who is the tougher fight for Terrence Bud Crawford? Is it Earl Spence Jr. or is it Jermell Charlo, the undisputed champion? The undisputed champion is only getting 39%. That's crazy. While the three-belt champ, 61%. Omar, what up on Twitter Spaces? Omar.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
I think Jamal would be a tougher fight for him because I mean Terrence has
Jamal or Jermell?
No, Jermell.
Okay.
Jermell. Because I mean Terrence has gotten cracked before, so
this is true.
If Jermell cracks him, I think that for him. Also have another question. Have you seen Regis's tweet that he didn't get paid?
I did. We spoke about it a little bit. I felt that it was too soon for him to tweet that. He's got a very good team, especially Richard Schaefer. So it would have been better to, check what's going on with Richard before tweeting something like that.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's my call. It's nice hearing you. And I've been listening for a good couple months. My first time calling. Just to let you know that you guys are doing a good job.
Appreciate you, Omar, man. Thank you for finally calling in and inspiring others, man. There's so many people out there that do not call in and, are a little nervous. I know I can be aggressive if you say the wrong thing. I try to give you as much time as possible, even if I interrupt. So, understand it is a debate show and, it is what it is, right? Like, you're not always going to be right. And your opinion isn't always going to be loved by everyone. Damn, so this is whack. Yeah, I tried to do it from the browser like people said, but it doesn't even give you the options of the app where you can connect different mics and outputs and inputs. But we're going to wrap up. The poll is at 616, 19, 20. This shit just changed rapidly. 620 votes. Who is the tougher fight for Terrence Bud Crawford? Earl Spence at 61, holding strong. Jermell at 39. We'll wrap it up and catch you on the next one. 12 o'clock today, right here, youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. But we will be transmitting live from the Wynn Casino out of the Blue Wire studio. Join us for more boxing talk where we will be discussing Teofimo Lopez, Sandor Martin, Devin Haney Twitter beef, and everything that means. Devin Haney saying he wants to go to 140 to whoop up on Tio. So we'll be talking about that at 12 Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Once again on Twitter, thank you for joining us. Catch us on the next one on YouTube. We love you. Peace.